Hi guys! Alright, we are going to kick off Christmas decorating here on my channel. I was just thinking about how many years I've been doing this on YouTube and it kind of blew me away. I have an entire Christmas playlist, by the way, in case you just kind of want to see how the last house was decorated and the house before that and the house before that. So all of that's going to be listed in the playlist below, but this is a new house and it's my first time decorating. And so as usual though, I am starting with the entryway. This is just kind of how I do it. I personally tend to get overwhelmed if I try to decorate an entire house for Christmas. That's just me personally. Plus, one thing I do not like doing is fluffing. Any of the fluffing of the tree, garland. That's why I take one area of the house at a time, and that way I don't feel like I'm not having a good time, if that makes sense. So today's video is just going to be my entryway alone, but it's actually going to be two entryways. So my official entryway and then the one that you see behind me. So I'm going to show you guys how to style some console tables two different ways, and let's go ahead and get started. And let's start with a good before. Just wanted you guys to kind of see what the entryway looks like without anything seasonal. Fall has already been put up, and now I'm going to start the process of getting things removed that I'm not going to use for Christmas time. So one thing that I actually want to do is switch out the lamp shades on this. So I'm actually putting back the originals. The black I ordered from Amazon and they don't fit properly. So I want to go ahead and switch them out to the original shades, and then I'm going to remove all the pieces that I know I'm not going to use for Christmas. So the wreath has to go. It just doesn't give, like that type of wreath, the boxwood, it just seems more summery for me, so getting that removed. Now here is where things actually went wrong and what delayed all the decorating videos was actually this whole entryway. So I had designed how I thought the entire house was going to look, and when I kick off with this entryway, it did not go as planned. So I thought I was gonna do like an all red theme. That's why you saw that first wreath, and then you saw me put the tree in the center. And that's when I realized that the tree that I ordered specifically for this table was too tall. It blocked the wreath. And I was not prepared for a backup plan whatsoever. And as minor as this sounds, it really did actually affect everything else about the house, and just kind of like how I thought the aesthetic was going to be this year. So here I am deciding that I'm gonna go back to what I had on hand. I actually didn't do as much shopping as you guys are probably like used to me doing for Christmas time, just because of the move and everything. And I decided, you know what, let me just go through what I have and see what I can come up with. I do like doing things different, especially since I'm sharing my home with you guys. I like to be able to give you guys something new every year. So I pulled out these wreaths. As you see, the bow is already on, the ornaments were already on because I used them last year. And I do love it, but I had no plans to bring back green or navy into this year's color palette, but we're going to now. So here I am just trying to go through what I have on hand and making it work for this space. Now this piece of furniture is new. I did not decorate it last year because I didn't have it last year. In case you're wondering, this little table, black table, is from Amazon. I will link it down below for you. It's really cute. You do have to put it together, but I did it by myself, so I would say it's pretty doable. So then I'm just adding, again, all the things I have on hand. If you're wondering about these plaid little boxes, I think they're from the at-home store, but they could also be like TJ Maxx, Home Goods, or Hobby Lobby. Like it's one of the big five for me, so I don't quite remember. I can tell you this, it's been in a haul somewhere. Alright, so here is what I've done. Here's what this table looks like. I ended up pulling my advent calendar. I've had this little house for quite a few years now, and I really love it, and I think it works actually kind of perfect in the space. So we start off the countdown because as of today, when I release this video, I think there's 40 days left until Christmas. And speaking as a Christmas baby, born on Christmas, I'm not a fan of the countdowns because I don't want to count down to my birthday. Anyone else has a December birthday or around Christmas and just like you watch these countdowns and you're just like, ooh, goody for me. So now that the first entryway kind of changed, it also changed what I started doing in the living room. I started doing some decorating in the living room. You're going to see that in the next video. I then started to think, okay, what's the plan now? Because listen, decorating is up to you. However it is that you want to do it, you know, like that's the best advice I can give. If you want each room to be different, let it be different. If you want a theme, let it be a theme. For me, I did want some type of cohesiveness going through the house, even though some of it's going to break up slightly in the kitchen. But so I decided, okay, now that we're rolling with the red, the green, and the navy, I had a second wreath because I used 2 of these in the last house, so I thought it would be perfect for this second part of my entryway. I call it my second entryway. I honest to God don't even know what to call it. Comment down below, what is this little hallway space called? I don't know. So here is where I went back to my true form. I absolutely love a good garland on a console table, and because this table's longer, I knew that it would be the perfect space to add the garland. I had it left over, so if I didn't use it here, it would have just been in a bin. So, and I also do love adding garland on top of garland and making it fluffier and thicker. I just think that it makes it look a little bit more elevated. So I'm actually mixing a Hobby Lobby garland and Walmart garland. Now, here's what I'll say. The bottom garland from Hobby Lobby is like a light up, battery operated. Don't buy those. They just they corrode, and I mean, if you can fix it, like you can fix corrosion and they'll work, but if that's not like up your alley, they do tend to go out like a year later, is from my personal experience. So one thing I am sad about is that I don't have any twinkle lights. I didn't have any on hand for this part, and now that I've added ornaments, I don't think I'll be able to go back and add fairy lights, but we'll see if I can make it work if I get some. But lighting is one of the most magical things that I think anyone can do in their house for decorating for Christmas. It just makes it so cozy. So here I am, you can see I'm just playing around with things. I'm playing around with ornaments that I originally bought for the first theme that I had in my mind. I thought I was going to go for this like red, all natural wood elements where you see these trees. So I bought these trees, I bought those brown sparkly burlappy type ornaments, but because I pulled this wreath back with the green and the navy, it again shifted the game. So I'm pulling all of my ornaments back in, and I'm still making like those wood trees work. So I really like it. I like the combination. I just didn't think that the first brown ornaments were going very well, so I just pulled them back, and I'll just use them another time. They do also have like a gingerbread quality to them, so I know that I'll probably end up using those ornaments in the future. So here I am just adding all of my ornaments that match the wreath. I want it to be cohesive, and I know at this point, I don't know if you can tell, you're going to actually see like a little sneak peek of this later on, but I already added the same type of garland to the TV console area. So in my mind at this point while I'm filming, I know that the rest of the house is going to have this color palette. And for me, the reason I did this last year is because I love plaid, and I think that the play of the red, the green, and the navy are very plaid-like. So, but what I wanted to do new different this year is I wanted to add these bows to the end of the table. I just thought it was really fun. I had them on hand. I actually used them in my staircase last year. So yeah, so here is the before and the after. And that's gonna be it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. It helps out my channel so much. But yeah, so this is the entryway. I already have my tree down and I have a spot picked for it. I hope you guys are gonna like the spot because this was kind of like a tricky house. I wasn't sure where to put it, and actually where I ended up putting it, listen, I'm gonna give you a sneak peek. So we're going to be tackling the living room next, and this is what I kind of mentioned before. I just like taking my time. I spent one whole night just getting the tree set up, getting it fluffed, and now when I go to decorate, I'm gonna feel fresh, renewed, and it's gonna feel like a joyful time, which is what I think Christmas is all about. It's all about like that feeling, you know, of joy and peace and happiness. So it seems like a little trick or something minor to not even mention, but for someone like me where I can tend to like want to do everything in a clean sweep, doing this hack, trick, whatever you want to call it, has actually changed the game so big for me. And because there were several years there where I looked back and reflected back and thought I didn't really enjoy putting up decorations because I was pressed for time. There's only so much you can do, you know, in like one day. And so this is just something that I've done, and I'm letting you guys know in case it helps out any of you guys that are kind of like-minded in that way. But got it fluffed, so I can't wait to decorate. I'm gonna put on a cozy Christmas movie, and that is it for the entryway though. I'm super excited. Again, we'll move into the living room, then we're gonna move into the dining room, which I'm excited because I think it's gonna be a little nutcracker theme. Then we'll do the kitchen and the bedrooms, and then we'll have a full house tour. So all these videos are gonna be coming back to back, so stick around and I'll see you guys there.